Your eyes allow you to see the world around you, but have you ever wondered how they work? First, it's important to know that vision depends on your brain as much as on your eyes. Your eye's main job is to detect patterns of light. Then, they work with your brain to turn those patterns into images. Let's take a closer look. Light rays bounce off an object you are looking at. Let's say the object is a dog. The light reflects off the dog to your eye. Then, the light enters through the outer part of your eye, called the cornea. The cornea is clear like a window. It helps your eye focus the light to make things look sharp and clear. Next, the light rays pass through an opening called the pupil. The pupil is the dark round circle in the colored part of your eye. The colored part is called the iris. It controls how wide the pupil is and how much light can pass into your eye. In bright light, the iris narrows the pupil, reducing the amount of light that enters the eye. In dim light, the iris widens the pupil to let in more light. All of this happens automatically. Behind the iris is the lens of the eye. It helps focus the light coming into your eye so you can see things clearly. The lens flattens so you can see things that are far away, and bends so you can see things up close. When the lens, cornea, and pupil are all working together properly, they will focus light on the back of the eye. That's important because lining the back of the eye is the retina. There are about 130 million tiny cells in the retina that are sensitive to light. When these cells detect light, they turn it into electrical signals. Those signals eventually make their way through the optic nerve, which is like a cable connecting the retina to the brain. The retina helps create a rough image, but it sees the world upside down. It's your brain that turns what you see right side up. Also, when you look at an object, each eye gets a slightly different view of the world. The brain combines those views and makes them into one picture. The brain also adds a lot of details to your vision, so that you can see complex shapes, movement, depth, and a rainbow of colors. And of course, the brain connects your sense of sight to things you already know, so that when you see a dog, you recognize it as a dog, and not a cat or a monkey. And that's how you're able to see.
crazy thing that's mounted on my face is the Avegant Glyph headset. It's literally blasting 720p HD video directly into my retinas. And you know what? It's pretty ridiculous looking. And to tell the truth, it's kind of uncomfortable. And you know what else? It's pretty awesome. The Glyph is a headset that we've seen knocking around the Kickstarter world for a little while now. And now it's finally available for the not at all low price of $699. The basic idea is simple. Take what looks like an oversized pair of Beats headphones and then embed a screen in the headband. Flip the sucker down over your eyes and bam, you've got instant personal cinema. But you should know what the Glyph is not before you understand what it actually is. It is not a VR headset. Sure, it can do some head tracking, but that's not really what it's for. Also, it's not really as 100% immersive as an actual VR headset. You could look above and below it, so you can grab a drink if there's someone sitting on the table in front of you. What the Glyph is really for is putting a giant screen right in front of your eyes. It feels about the equivalent of a 50 or 60-inch TV in a standard living room. You can use it to watch anything that you can plug into it via standard HDMI cable. I've used it to watch TV, movies, YouTube on my iPhone via an adapter, and to play a hell of a lot of Far Cry Primal on my Xbox One. Avegant says that the battery lasts about 4 hours, and that's almost precisely what I got time and again in my testing. You could also just use it plugged in all the time. It uses micro USB to charge. I really feel like the perfect place to use a Glyph is on a plane. You could watch movies or even use your laptop and nobody can see what you're looking at. And since you're already on a plane, you don't have to worry quite so much about looking like a weirdo. The Glyph works by shining a light on a couple million micro mirrors, which then reflect the image directly into your sockets through 2 tiny adjustable lenses. And honestly, you're going to be doing a lot of adjustment with this thing when you get started. There's 7 or 8 little fiddly knobs or switches that you need to move around to get the image to look just right and to make the Glyph feel comfortable on your head. There's swappable nose bridges, rotating eyepieces to match your vision on each eye, and there's even an optional headband if it weighs too much. You can also adjust the brightness, but there's only 3 settings, and even the lowest setting is way too bright. I have this giant rectangular square after image in my vision after I take the headset off. All that adjustment is a lot of work, and if you get it right, it's actually amazing. But 15 minutes later, it may have fallen down on your face a little bit, or you may find it's too heavy, or you may find that you have this giant bruise-looking thing on your nose from wearing it for too long. Here's the thing though. Once you get all those adjustments dialed in, you'll see something very cool. A crisp, bright HD video or video game. It doesn't feel low res or jagged like most of the stuff that you see in like Google Cardboard or in Gear VR. It just looks like HD TV right in your face with actually really good audio pumping into your ears. Is it all worth $700? Almost surely not. But if the next version weighs half as much and costs half as much, well, color me interested, no matter how crazy it looks.